Great. Hi, everyone. We are now live on the Square Pizza podcast. My name is Jia Lin-Bothe. I run our family empowerment work at the SchermCo Foundation. Today, I am interviewing three parents from our family empowerment work. We have Lisa Divers, Danica Sampson, and Aisha Scott. Amazing parents, wonderful leaders from our work. So I'm going to pass it on to Lisa to introduce herself.
Okay, good morning. My name is Lisa Divers. I am a parent of three, two who are extension students. So that means they both have autism. One is in middle, well, they both are actually in middle school. One is going to high school next year. Um, I'm the founder of a newly formed nonprofit organization that is really caring for caregivers of children with autism. So it's just to build community, and I'm a social worker. So
Thank you for. I did not know I did not know about all these. Well, first of all, great things. Congrats to the student who's about to go to high school. Middle school has been a long journey, I bet,
yeah.
but I can't wait to learn so much more about your nonprofit organization and also some of your work as a social worker. All right, Miss Danica.
Well, hello, I am Danica. I'm a parent of one, which is sometimes like a parent of 10. She's very active and she's in third grade. Um, Outside of being a parent leader or on the PTA, I work at Atrium Health, where I do payroll for the women's department, which is very busy. It's quite a bit of people to manage. And that's pretty much all I do right now, besides being a taxi.
Danica, you do so much. That's just what you do currently, but you do so much and you bring so much to this space and any room you walk into. I just want you to know that. All
Thank
right,
you.
Aisha, bring us home.
Hi, my name is Aisha Scott. I am a mother of five. Ooh. So I have a 17 in the 11th grade. She'll be going to the college program next year. So she'll graduate. She'll add 1 year on and graduate with an associate from um, Central Piedmont as well as her diploma. And I have a ninth grader. Um, right now, and they're both at Mallard Creek. And I have a sixth grader at GBSA, and I have a stepson who is actually in California, but he's 12, and my other daughter's 11, so they're in the same grade because we're a blended family. And I have a 2 year old. She just turned 2 yesterday, so we have a busy household. And other than my stepson who lives in California, all of the children that are here in the home with me are girls. So we have four girls. And the only boy, the only little bit of testosterone like his dad is on the other side of the country. But I'm a stay at home mom because there's so much to do. I actually retired early when my husband retired from the military. And I've just been maneuvering my way through staying at home and making sure everybody has what they need. Um, it's been different, but it's been rewarding to see like the change in your children because you're actually present. I think um, when I wasn't able to be present, I used to always complain about not being present. So now I am able to be present, and I think I've seen a big change in the children, and it makes a difference. And so that's just me and kind of what I do all day.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Aisha, for just to educate the listening audience, can you tell us a little bit more about what a blended family is?
So my husband and I have been married 4 years. He brought into our blended family, my 17-year-old daughter, and my 15-year-old daughter, and my 12-year-old son. And I had one daughter coming in who was 11, and then we had one together. So we've had to really navigate the waters because we have outside parents that are involved. So you constantly having to look at involvement and covering all your bases. But we've been pretty successful. Um, I've been blessed in that all the outside parents, we really have a united front. We really communicate well. We email. We have calendars that we include everybody in, so everybody knows, what's going on with the children, and they benefit because they know that we're working together, so they're doing their best, and they don't have to worry about that. So it was a long road, but we're keeping going.
Sounds like it's a lesson for schools, right? Like,
Oh
the
yeah,
better you communicate, the better parents can be
absolutely,
involved.
absolutely.
Thank
So
you. Thank you
it's
for
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
All right, so a little bit of background information why we're here today. These three parents, along with, I want to say like 23 others, completed the Innovate Public Schools Leadership Institute, which is a training focused on community organizing, advocacy, civic leadership, and so much more. There's, a little bit of everything and a lot of stuff combined into, I want to say like three different sessions. There was like two nights, two sessions at during the evening time, and then a daytime session. So I know Danica and Aisha, you guys were in the sessions in February, and Lisa, you were in the training in April. So we're coming back here. Just want to hear more from you all. What did you gain from this opportunity and experience? So anyone can chime in and feel free to just jump on.
I think for me, it was I've always viewed leadership um kind of negatively. I think going in, um, I've always seen it as somebody else running the show and barking orders. Kind of how I've experienced it in life. Um, and my husband was definitely a leader in the army, and he gets leadership. Like he's like, leadership is not all that. You have to be able to bring something to the table, and as a leader, you have to be able to listen. Leaders have to have so many qualities, um, and as well as their leadership qualities. And I don't think I completely understood that, but I think going through the training, I got a new appreciation for leadership. And it helped me not only, working with the PTA and trying to advocate for the kids with teachers, but also just to look at my own family dynamic and look at leadership and how it's not always negative. And trying to teach my kids that, being a leader is good. It's okay to stand alone, but you just have to define what kind of leader you want to be. You don't have to leave that leadership coat in the closet forever. I mean, because I think I kind of pushed it to the back, of the closet for a long time. I've always told people I'm a great support person, but I'm not that good of a leader, because that's kind of how I saw leadership. But I think I grew a completely different understanding and respect for it through the training.
Aisha, just to reaffirm you, you are a great leader. Yes, you're a great supporter, but hey, leadership is relational, right? And those relationships that we build with each other, and that's why people show up for you.
Agreed. I definitely agree with that. And I feel like doing the training kind of helped me be able to see the other people in the PTA in a different light. It kind of let me understand like where they are and how they want to be better in the community, and also within the school. But also taking the training, for me, it kind of helped me realize what I want to do a little bit more in like my job perspective. as far as being more involved in the community and getting other people more involved in the community. Because when it comes to like children and like school, it's not just like a cut and dry thing, it's very complex. And there are so many areas within the school system that I feel could be fixed, to kind of help our children a little bit more, because it's not easy, and it's not in any way, shape, or form cut and dry for our children, because our kids learn differently and they have so many pressures on them that I feel like we can all, in a united type of front, kind of steer the direction a little bit differently, just to basically benefit all children, not just our children, but all children as a whole. So it definitely opened my eyes more to really, putting on your power coat to make a change, in the long term, for kids and for yourself, actually, because you can definitely utilize that in your workspaces too.
Okay. Here, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Um, okay. So what I gained from the experience is a sense of community with like-minded parents, and also validation that the concerns that I have, it matters. And I also gained some confidence with communication skills and some of the tools that I needed to come back to my community to make a difference.
Right. It sounds like you all learn a lot of leadership skills, communication skills, just being more empowered to go further. So now here's my next question. What were some of the things that you have done? Because I know you guys have done a lot since the Leadership Institute. But also, what are some things that you would like to do as we move on to the summer or even the next school year? Maybe not even in the school community, maybe like outside, like Danica, you talked about doing something at work, or I usually talk about something like within your family structure. So, what are some things that you guys have done, but also what are some things you guys are looking forward to doing?
I
Um,
think. Oh,
I'm looking forward to building community within my school, but also in my neighborhood, because it feels like the community is not there like it used to be. Everybody kind of does their own thing, and I think once if you build community, you will find that you have a lot in common. You can get more done when everybody bonds together, and the work doesn't seem as hard when hey, we're all in this together, and we can make a difference together. So I'm really want to get involved in the school and as far as building community.
Um, I guess for me, what I've done, is in my space, in my workspace, I have like kind of taken this as an opportunity to network more at work, to kind of see how I can align my goals with between work and outside of work. Um, and to kind of see where these relationships to go to kind of help, I guess, fuel the overall goal in a way.
for me, I definitely, I think with one of the sessions, myself and some of the other members were talking about looking at the dynamic within like the PTA and looking at how things are getting done. Um, because GVSA's PTA is so unique. It's a amazing system, but it takes on so much responsibility, and it takes so much work because unlike most schools in the system, you have elementary school and middle school that are being operated by one PTA, as opposed to the traditional way where you just have one PTA that's going to facilitate each one. So we did an amazing job this year with making sure everybody got a piece of the pie. But we were really looking at a way to make it more efficient, so it's not so burdensome on the leadership, but we're able to kind of feed that responsibility down the chain. So I think that's going to be pivotal for us next year, and just to get our membership to really look at those groups of people, like maybe your pre-K groups, looking at those groups where we can pull the membership, um, and really get the involvement that we need. So I think that was a tremendous thing that we talked about this year that we will probably be looking at next year. And I definitely still want to be involved in the leadership team for the PTA in whatever facet is available, just to make sure that we're getting things done. And I've also been working with the upper campus or the middle school part, because one thing that we do have within CMS schools is we have the Junior National Honor Society, and I know that they don't have a functioning one at GVSA. And I think it will really speak to the kids in a different way, because they will be able to see that their achievements are comparable with any other kids' achievements in CMS, in the state and in the nation. So that's a real big thing for me this year, is just trying to get the Junior National Honor Society on the ground at GVSA, so that everybody will be able to benefit as they come down the line.
That is so exciting. And also to say it back, it's not just like, the PTA trying to delegate, trying to get more people involved. It's also this is organizing. We're trying to get more people, pull them in. Hey, this is what I want you to do. And you go out there and you do that part. And then I want some other people to do these other types of work, but also knowing that this is not going to be something it's going to be done for one day, right? It's going to be a lot of work, and we need to be in this for a while. It's going to take a while, and it can get tiring. The work can get tiring, and that's why we need more people together. And I think that's also great feedback for Lisa, like as you're thinking about getting more people involved in your neighborhood, maybe just getting one or two in the beginning, and then they can get more of their friends and neighbors to go further and do more work.
I think that's a big thing. And also to like make it be like, it doesn't all end and be all with the PTA. The PTA is only a facet, and the PTA is really only like to help the children. Like it's as an extension to help the kids and also build the relationships within the school. But it's also to just make sure that the PTA isn't the end all be all. There are other community partners and community people that can be involved, and it doesn't have to end all be all with the PTA. They're just one thing to help.
Yeah, you're so right. This leads me straight into some of the rapid fire questions. What's one thing the listening audience can do to support families?
So, I'm all about building community, as you all can see. I keep saying that. So, I think collaborating with your neighborhood school regularly to see how you can support often, because you might just be able to connect with the family and just kind of adopt that family, or if it's something, it might be something specific at the beginning of the year or something they need at the end of the year. Things can happen. I just say building that community. It's so needed. We need that. We need that so much. I can't say it enough. So.
I agree with that. Definitely recognizing what your community needs. And also seeing, you know, what the teachers in your communities need, because that's also a big thing. We know what teachers make, and we know that they need things in order to be able to bring your child to the next level. We have to nurture them too while we're nurturing our children, because these are the people who are with your children all day. And they're going to be your partners in helping you get your child to the next level, or understanding what your child's needs are. So that's also a big thing, just kind of seeing what your community needs in general.
I think for me it's also just being a listening ear. Sometimes you don't know how you can impact or what you can bring to the table because people don't listen. They're not taking time to listen or to be open to the ability to the opportunity that they can help, and it doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't take much from them, but you would have to know that the need was there, and that just starts with just being open to listen.
All right, listen to families, understand what your community needs, and support your local schools. Awesome. Last question. What does square pizza remind you of? So you are on the Square Pizza podcast. That is a
Yes,
that's a required rapid question.
right. Friday lunch in the cafeteria in high school. I
Yes.
love Fridays. You got the pizza.
I would definitely say it was the better of the lunch days. It was that day when you're like, yes, you know.
I agree with that.
Right. Now I think we are a wrap. Thank you all so much for joining us and sharing insights from the Leadership Institute, hearing telling our listening audience more what can they do to support schools. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Thank
G.
you for
You
having us.
do great.
Thank you too.